Hello everyone, welcome to Advent of Spring Boot Day 23, and today we're going to talk about caching because it's a really important part of our APIs to improve user experience and fetch data faster. So let's dive into the code. Cool. So to start, we are gonna remember where we left off yesterday. So yesterday we fetched product with the HTTP interface with the get exchange and HTTP exchange methods. And today we are going to improve that a bit because fetching data takes some time. So let's try to materialize that and see how much time it takes to fetch data often. So let's calculate some time. So we're going to see the first fetch and the second fetch. Call it end. We're going to fetch our first product with the get product by ID. And let's remove that. And let's calculate a duration. Let's call it with cache and without cache. Cool. So, between. So without cache, it will be before and middle. And the time will be in middle. If there is some caching in the API we are calling, maybe the data will be fast. It will be faster the second time, so it should improve. But we will be able to improve that even better with caching on our own API. So let's execute it. But first, let's display how much time it takes. Display time takes. Cache. Let's do the same with cache. Cool. And let's execute it and see how it goes. Up. I don't know why, because I guess it's related to one of my previous tests was where Redis was. I had some stuff. At least that's weird. Shouldn't be happening. Let's check it out. There is no Redis whatsoever. Okay. Let's start our application. Why in product, I guess. No, I don't. I don't know why. Why is it trying to connect? Oh, maybe because I find the POM. Okay, let's remove that for now. Sorry for that. Okay, cool. So my mistakes there, variables are reversed. Okay. Okay, let's restart and see properly. Okay, cool. It takes around 350 milliseconds without cache and 150 with cache. So let's try to improve that with Redis. So as you can see, I wanted to show you. I'm gonna use Redis, but you can use. Let me show you in the documentation. You can use also. Let's check that. Yeah, cool. That's the one. You can use Hazelcast, Quart Scheduler. No, let's. But you can use Hazelcast, of course, but you can use other stuff. Yeah. So GH Cache, Hazelcast, Infinispan, Couchbase, Redis, Caffeine, KH2K, Simple, and even some other if you add the proper code. But we're going to use Redis, and in order to do that, we need to start the Redis Docker, and we need to activate the dependencies. Okay, for that, we need to use cache and Spring Data Redis. If you want to use another one, you will have to adapt the package here. Let's start the application, and it should start without any error. So cool. And we need to add a proper configuration to use Redis. So let's do that. Let's call it cache configuration. Typo. Cool. It's going to be a configuration class. And let's say enable caching. Cool. And we're going to add Redis configuration. And I'm adding it by heart. So let me check my notes. So we need to do Redis cache configuration. We're going to use everything default. And we're going to define a TTL. So let's define something around 10 seconds. We want to disable null value, even though we're not going to use. And we want to serialize value with a serializer already existing. And there is a new generic text serializer. So that, let me put the screen. And we should be good to go. Another thing will be to add some configuration, but let's first define what we're going to cache. So we need to define cacheable, and we're going to use getProductById, and we need to define the key. Key will be our ID. Cool. And last but not least, we need to add some configuration to our application. So let's by heart. Okay. Cache. We're gonna define a cache names, and it will be the same as we define in. Cool. We're gonna use Redis. As you can see, you can see the ones we saw earlier. So let's use Redis. And we're gonna use that. I guess those ones are not useful because I'm using the defaults, but let's define them anyway. So let's check it out, get product. So let's see how it goes. Let's start application. Cool, no demo effect. As you can see, it was on 752 milliseconds without cache and 8 milliseconds with cache. So that's cool. We improve things really for the best, and we can see that from a user experience point of view, it would improve things for the best. Of course, you always need to do the first call, so you can let a user do that or put yourself data in your cache, but you really need to pay attention because if your cache is really big, the performance will decrease. So pay attention to that. And I'm going to talk a bit about cache eviction. We need to remove stuff from the cache. We need to define the size of our cache and stuff like that. So you can do cache eviction with the annotation at cache evict. So we could add, if we modified our product or delete it, we could use the notation at cache evict, remove it from the cache. But we use the TTL, so time to live. Let me get it back to that. So we have a TTL around 10 seconds. So the product is in our cache for 10 seconds. It's just for demo purposes. So let's see what we can do. We're going to define a loop that will iterate around 20 seconds. Let's say 22. Oh, yeah. So we should see 2 times a no-hit cache where the cache is missed, when our call is missed. So we will see a lot of time around that, but around 10 seconds. So we should see that 3 times actually, and we should be able to monitor it. So let's start the application. Oh yeah, too fast. I need to do sleep. Sorry for that. Sleep. So we're gonna wait for 1 second. So we'll wait a bit. So as you can see, we're in the cache, we're in the cache, we're in the cache, except the first time. It missed. 160 ms it missed. And it's gonna miss another time. It's gonna miss another time, I guess. That one. And we end. So as you can see, even though we miss sometimes, for many users, we improved things. So the cache is a really cool thing to know and do if you want to improve performance in your application. But it's always a trade-off, so pay attention to what you do and the size of your cache and what you put in it. We could have load all our product. There are 15 products in the API, mock API, so I could have loaded everything in cache, but it's not always a good thing to do, so I didn't. But it could be a way to improve experience for your users. So you need to study things in your application and do that on the points where it's needed. So cool. You will be able to see everything in the README. So I'm gonna commit that after. And you have some links to go further. So I hope you enjoyed it. And tomorrow we will do some stuff with Spring AI. So for now, peace.